Welcome to the Dear Juju Podcast. Happy hump day. You know, some days your hair's just fucking dirty, right? And you feel like wearing black and you just feel like a fucking rock star, you know? That's today for me. I don't usually look like this or have this bag. I have on black leather pants too and a really fucking patent leather spiked heel because I don't know. It's just something about October and the witchiness. And that's right. We are taking that word back, bitch. We take bitch, we take witch, and we use it as a badge of honor because yes, we are magic and yes, we manifest whatever the fuck we want. I had a major win today. Can't wait to tell you about it. Let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju Podcast. I said I had a major win today. I meant this week. Okay, so this week, first, we got to talk about my Substack. Only 100 of you are subscribed. What the hell are you waiting for? The best magazine, the best show that you ever did see. And it's a rhinestone rebellion against drab living. For you and your life, you get a fucking what's in, you get a what to make, you get a song of the week to fucking jam out to. But more so than that, it's a rhinestone rebellion against the man. You know, the man is trying to hijack artists and they have taken it saying, oh, you need to be on Netflix and you need to be on all these things. And I'm here to prove, no, you don't. If you have great art and a voice and a message like a fucking rhinestone rebellion to live your best life, no matter what, I think then, the power's back in ourselves and back in our man. So check out my Substack this week. Holy shit, you guys. It was a full moon, harvest moon, and it was so apropos that the sneak peek had not one, but two bending presence feels, because I talk about how the veil is very thin at this time of the year. And I felt something, and then the candle confirmed it. And I was like, oh, if someone's here, do that again. And it did it a fucking again. It can't. You can't make this shit up. You can't script this shit. You can't write this shit. This shit is just, it is what it is. And that's what's so fun is in the capturing and in the viewing, you get what you get, and it's fabulous. And I guarantee you're going to be like, either, oh shit, I learned about a new song or a new this or a new that. I've traveled the world, y'all, time and time again, and not just traveled the world, but I've traveled the world with celebrities and the access to people's places and things that is top tier. And I'm giving you a curated access point into all of that. Okay. Now, I've talked about this before. My husband had a spark of, look, my lip liner is on my fucking hand. Spark of revelation when I went to Italy, right? And he started reading Main Street Millionaire by Cody Sanchez. And he just was like, this is it. This is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it's buying a boring business. Now, he has done so much learning and educating. You guys, I am so fucking proud of him. And I've fallen in love with him all over again. And I think that's another point. I'll go back to this in a second, but you have to fall in love with your partner at every stage of your life. Okay? And every stage of your relationship life that there is. And I'll talk about this in a second. But he has done so much work. He is in the community. He paid to be a part of the community. He is just absorbing all the knowledge of information. And it's almost like going to business school for a fraction of the price. And I've been over on this side doing Dear Juju, which is great. But I haven't felt like I have been contributing as much as he has, right? Well, we have a deal on the precipice that we are hoping works out. We have to go through due diligence and do all of that stuff. Now, women don't talk about money enough, okay? So I'm going to talk about money here, okay? If you have an issue around money, just figure it out. I like talking about money. The businesses that we've looked into have been scaffolding and Botox and car wash, laundry service, what else? Fencing, temporary fencing. So all these kind of boring businesses. And there's one on the horizon that we're really excited about. Now, before we could even talk to the owner, they said you have to get approved. Now, we have never bought a home. Okay. I can't wait for that time. I'm so excited for that time. But we have not gotten approved for a loan yet because we haven't needed to, because we haven't bought our home yet. So we needed to get approved for $1 million loan here. Now, credits don't transfer. So in America, we have perfect credit, but it doesn't transfer over here. And the same thing happened to Riley when he went from Australia to America. It's so dumb that your credit history doesn't just follow you and there's not like a world credit history, because he had to get a secured credit card to build his credit over here in America, even though he owned a home and showed 5 years of payments on time. It's so silly. But anyways, it is what it is. We had to get approved for $1 million loan. We're working with a broker and we got denied 5 times. And so Riley was like, damn, we just got denied again. And I said, why are we getting denied? What are they saying? Because clearly the business is great on, the aspects of the business. So why are we getting denied? And the broker said, because you have no retail experience and this new business has to do with a little bit of retail. And I said, no retail experience? Bitch, I had a jewelry line from 2004 to 2012, I would say. And then now I have a glamour gown line. And let me tell you who wore my jewelry line. Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff, Fergie, Diana Ross. Like the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So we have retail experience. And she said, oh, well, and your like one sheet in your bio that didn't say it. It said like choreographer, performer, social media, had nothing to do about retail. And I said, okay, we left that out. I'm so sorry. That's our fault. Let me send you a 1-page amendment. So I did. And I sent her a 1-page amendment. Boom. Approved. Fucking proved. Okay? And it just goes to show that it doesn't matter if you're male or female, male. It's not about the gender. It's about the yin and the yang in a relationship, right? Like my husband has been baking this cake. He's been putting the flour and the eggs and the sugar and the vanilla and the fucking baking soda, right? And he's been baking that and putting it in the oven and letting it rise and letting it cool. And I was like, damn. What's my part in this? Like, where am I going to come in? I don't know what the fuck EBITDA is. Like, and I don't really care. I have so much going in on my brain. I can't like even fill it with anything else. And it was nice to know what I am, bitch. I am the icing. I am the closer. And it's just like, it's very interesting because all this work that my man has done and all the savings that we have had to actually put down a down payment and do things like this wouldn't have meant anything if he couldn't have got approved. And my one sheet of retail experience, also fucking flashing some celebs, we got approved instantly. Now, I don't know if this deal will actually manifest and work out or not, but it was just nice to know that I have a role in this, and my role, honey, is the closer. Okay? I come in hot with the closing, and I felt good. It feels good, and it's cool to actually be in my 40s and take this pivot with my husband into a new direction as business owners and know that I also have a role, that I also have strengths, that I can flex them and show them in other ways. And we're learning so much together, and we're proud of each other, and we're high-fiving, and we're going on this journey together. And it just feels so amazing. And that leads me into my next point. Make sure in your relationship, you are falling in love with your partner at every stage that there is, okay? Now let's talk about the stages, shall we? Stage 1, honeymoon stage. Say less, okay? You're coming all the time. You're licking each other everywhere where you shouldn't be, and it's just a grand old time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Stage number 2, the live work stage. And this one I find is really interesting. It's kind of like how you start to blend your lives, right? So it really fucking annoys me, can you tell, that my husband and I seem very different. I'm in front of the camera. He's behind the camera. I'm a glamour puss. He's a simpleton. I am a maximalist. He's a minimalist. So a lot of people in his family go, I would have never seen you two together. And it's like, motherfuckers, you're not in our home, you know? Like, you don't see the quiet times of how we get along, how we process things, our value system, what we are putting. Like, clearly there's such a thick base of stuff going right to be almost at our 10 year that it's just like, don't judge a book by its cover. And the live work stage is where my husband and I really solidified our relationship and fell in love in a deeper way. So we were kind of at this place where we were living and working in the same house. And it was like I was in my own world having fun, doing my thing, and he was in his own world having fun doing thing. You know how toddlers do like fucking parallel play, where it's like they play together but not with each other? That's kind of my husband and I. He'll be watching sports, I'll be down here cooking, but he will come down and make me a cup of coffee and I will come up and bring him food. Like, we're always around each other, but like in our own worlds, happy as a pie and shit, completely independent. And I think that's why we get along so well. And we enjoy the same things. So in our live work time, we went to comedy shows, we went to sports games, we went out to restaurants and ate. Like, we had a really nice time bonding our live work, ways. Then the next stage, you're in your kids stage, right? So in your honeymoon, your live work, your kids, if you have kids. But even if you don't have kids, I think there's always kind of like a 3 to 5 year period where you're figuring out something really tough, because it's 1, 2, 3. And if you can get past the third stage, I think you're home free, personally. And I'll tell you the next stage, which I feel like we're kind of entering into. So the kid stage, we know this, you have no sleep. You are stressed to the fucking max. You see how people deal with stress and money, time management, sleep deprivation, just moving, like making houses. Like, you're trying to do these big grand moves for you and your family, and how you're going to manage that and overcome obstacles together. It gets really deep in the third stage. And I know it's like kids, but it's also like the third trying times, right? And if you get past this and you can come out of that, then you are in your legacy era. And I feel like Riley and I, especially with this deal and this partnership that we're going into and this, buying boring businesses, it really feels like we are coming into our legacy era, right? Like before it rains, you can fucking smell the rain. And you're like, oh, it's about to rain. And you can smell it. Like, I feel the fucking mist of my legacy era coming. I feel like we are at the beginning and precipice of coming into our own. So once you go through those 3 stages and really get past that third, I think it just gets real fucking good. It's like from here on out, it's fucking good. And it gets juicy and it gets better and better, and times just sparkle and become amazing, and you create your generational wealth, and you create things and homes and places that like you have family come into, and then you can live out your family life in this gorgeous, beautiful time. And I feel like those are the stages of the relationship. And at my 10-year mark, which is 2026, this January, it's really cool to be like, I'm in love with you again. So it's easy to fall in love with your partner in the honeymoon stage. Is it easy to fall in them with the live work stage? Are you still in love with them during the kids/hard time stage? And are you still in love with them at the legacy stage? And is such a testimony to my husband, what we have overcome. And then also like moving here and losing our jobs, and then just feeling like this whole entertainment shift happening. And it's like, fuck that. We want to build something, and the power is not outside of us, it's within us. We have these tools, let's fucking go. And it's like my husband and I are falling in love again, and it's really fucking cool. At every stage, we can re-fall in love and recommit to each other. So just make sure you pick someone you can fucking fall in love with at every stage. Okay? Now, before we get to some Q&A with some TNA, Dr. Stacy Sims and Dr. Mindy Pills, I am so fucking confused. I listened to Dr. Stacy Sims on the Mel Robbins podcast because someone sent it to me. It's gotten so fucking confusing. Dr. Mindy Pills says, go do a HIIT workout at 9 a.m. to burn the belly fat. Then this Dr. Stacy Sims, which is Stanford University fucking women health, is like, never ever leave your house without eating 30 grams of protein in the morning. So basically wake up and fucking have 30 grams of protein, because what it does to your body is it signals, oh, I can handle this stress and this cortisol spike. And then it allows you to burn more fat. It's just like so conflicting, because then Dr. Mindy Pills is like, be fasted and we have a cortisol spike. So go for a workout and then you'll burn more fat. And it's like, you guys, who is fucking right? Do we go fasted or do we go with 30 grams of protein? I have belly fat. Just fucking tell me what to do. One person, please, for the love of God. I'm like, it's so confusing being a woman. And I still have my fucking period. Like this, I know that there's something more specific for menopausal women, but it's just like, I just want to get rid of my belly fat. Do I go fasted or do I fucking eat 30 grams of protein? It's like the more information we get, the dumber we feel, right? Do you guys feel that way? I do. All right, now with all that, let's get into some Q&A with some TNA. Dear Juju, if you could host a dinner party with your past, present, and future selves, who would you sit next to and who would you avoid? Oh my God. This is an amazing topic. First, I would have my 10-year-old / 12-year-old me in my lap. Okay, that's when my parents got divorced and it was really hard times and I would just literally have them in my lap. I would hold the hand and sit next to my 15-year-old. I got into drugs when I was 15 for like a year or two, and I went from being like the cheerleader, winner of all these dances, to quitting everything, having a bad boy boyfriend whose friends were all in and out of jail and hanging out with the wrong crowd. And it was kind of fun. I actually had the most fun during that time, but I was very broken inside and deeply lost. So I would hold her hand and have my 12-year-old, 10-year-old on my lap. And I think over there would be my 20-year-old self. My younger self, when I first came out here, 18, 19, I was a little bit lost and I was looking for an anchor. And so I got really into religion. Not spirituality, religion. And I went to an all-black church in Los Angeles because, hello, they were jamming and it was amazing. And I got really into the Bible. And then I became a little preachy and judgmental and a little cuckoo. And so I'd leave over there. Her intentions were good, right? Then across from me, I think would be my 30-year-old self. 30s was when I actually quit professional dance, started producing and started choreographing, and everything seemed kind of up in the air. My fiance cheated on me, and I was also waiting tables and doing my jewelry line. It just all felt like shit stew. But I would tell her, just keep going with your heart and your gut, because you don't even know it right now, but you are laying the foundation for an amazing life to come, which is me in my 40s. And it's because of all of that I'm doing this now and living the life that I'm living. So even though it's a shit stew, just hold on. It's going to get real good. And then I think at the head of the table would be my future self, right? Like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, however long she lives. But I think she's ageless. She just represents Juju in all her fucking wisdom and glory. And she's dressed fucking amazing. She smells fucking amazing. She looks amazing. And yeah, we're all just sitting here and asking her what she, questions of what she had to do. And it's good that my future self and them are talking to each other, and me and her are talking to each other, and I got my little ones next to me. That would be so fucking epic. What about you guys? Who would you sit next to? What would you do? Who would you avoid? There's a few of me that I wouldn't avoid any of them, because it's all about shadow work and loving every part of you. That 30-year-old wouldn't sit there without that 20-year-old, without that 15-year-old, without that 10-year-old, without the 40-year-old, without the future self, So there's nothing to be avoided, but there are some that are just parts of you that are more annoying than others. That's for damn sure. Dear Juju, what is a fantasy version of your life that still feels like it could happen? Hello? The whole world waking up to Dear Juju. Hello, world. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, I do this for a couple hundred, a couple thousand people, but I don't give a shit. I shine my light because I know who I am. I am a fucking star. And today I'm a rock star. And so are you. But yeah, I believe that there's a version where Dear Juju hits a tipping point over into the zeitgeist of the world and the culture. I believe that is coming. I know it's coming. And mark my words, because this podcast does seem to have a little bit of this isn't a mic, if you will. This is a fucking crystal ball at times. And I guarantee that when I get to that point, I will look back. Oh, I'm getting a little emotional. On this point of my life is my favorite fucking time before it got revealed, before everyone knew, before when I just did it just for the fucking love of it, you know? Because I think that there is something in the wanting of success. There is something in the grind. There is something honorable to have hope in your heart, you know? And that's fun. Then when it's going to be a whole different level of fun, I'm sure. But once you get it, once you get the thing, are you still going to love it? It's like having a husband. I do. Absolutely. That's why I'm focusing on my health this month, because I'm like, I want to be a hot fucking wife. No one remembers anything but how hot your fucking wife is. And I want to be that hot fucking wife. I'm in this new thing. And I just have a feeling that I will look back on this time very lovingly and longingly. And even though it'll be great and it'll be different, I'm sure I'll love it then. There is something, in the striving that feels, fun, interesting, exciting, because you never know. That's the thing. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be a week, a month. You never know when that kind of roller coaster starts to fucking go and come off. You just never know when it could happen. It could be a phone call or an email away, and then boom, you're off to the races. This is the thing that I know about my life. My life swings in pendulums of one way, and then something happens, snap, and boom, a new reality is existing. But, what did they say? It's not give me the grace to, the drive to want the things in life and the grace to keep them, or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah. Dear Juju being a worldwide brand. Hello. Total world domestic domination, baby. Just small. Okay, Dear Juju, I'd love to play a quick fire round that's speedy and sassy. Are you down? Of course. Okay, you guys play too along. Satin or sequins? Fucking sequins. Come on. Late night or golden morning? Oh God, late night. I don't know if it's the perimenopause. The golden mornings are just not happening. Champagne in the bath or espresso in the garden? Hello, champagne in the bath. I have not gotten into my gardening era. I cannot wait for that. I want it to happen, but I almost feel like, how you have a therapist? I almost feel like I need a fucking gardener. And not a gardener to come fucking blow my leaves, but like a gardener, Someone to come and teach me about the seasons and when to plant and when to sow, who to put next to each other, why, when to, you know what I mean? Like a real fucking gardener that I meet with maybe once or twice a month that comes and gives me a gardening 101 of how to. I would actually really love that. So I'm sure I'll get there, but it'll probably be champagne in the garden anyways. Compliment or confession? A confession. Fuck compliments. Fuck you. I know I look good. You don't got to tell me. To be adored or to be remembered? To be adored or to be remembered. Okay. Define to be adored or to be remembered. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. To be adored is to be bathed in warmth in the moment. It's when people light up in your presence, they gush, they giggle, they want to be near your sparkle. Being adored is champagne bubbles, effervescent, fleeting, and intoxicating. It's about how you make people feel. To be remembered is quieter but deeper. It's a legacy, a residence, and an echo that lingers after the glitter settles. When someone's living their own life years later and they still quote you, style themselves like you, or use words as your compass, that's being remembered. It's not about applause. It's about imprint. That's very interesting. I think I would rather be adored. Being remembered feels a little egotistical, I think, Like, I don't need you to fucking quote me in the future. I don't need that. But all we have, this is why I told you guys, this is why I never wear my hair down. All we have is right now and in this moment. And if, even those of you watching or listening, if I've ever made you laugh or giggle or cry or think about something in that moment, God, is there any greater thing? Is there any greater thing than that moment evoking an emotion and a spark that wasn't formerly there? I don't think so. I think to be adored and to have a moment of sparkle or joy or sass or laughter or tears or any kind of emotion, that's really an honor that a performer does and gives, is sharing and evoking those things. And so, yes, to be adored for sure, because being remembered, I don't need you to remember me. It's all good. Hopefully my family will. And outside of that, it's okay. I think being adored in the moment and having full presence and wanting to feel the sparkle and having that, and that sends a ripple effect out into the consciousness of the world. So, yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor to serve you and perform for you, even if there's only 100 of you watching or listening, because there will be one day where I will look back on this quite fondly. It's like Chapel Roan. This is why I fucking love Chapel Roan so much, what she was playing. Pink Pony Club for like 10 people. And then they cut to like the huge mass stages that she did. It's like, fuck yes, dude. And I'm sure there's a part of her that looks back on that time fondly as well. And I will do the same. This is my second time recording this, by the way. Okay, I did it. The sound was not plugged in. Are you fucking kidding me? And I used all that frustration to come down here and fucking nail it. So use all of this that I have said today to fucking go nail your life. You're a star. Don't forget it. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Check out my Substack. Mwah! And I'm out.